100 years ago, almost to the day, a bicycle on a stool changed the history of Western art forever. And a suffragette who didn't yet call herself a feminist died disrupting a horse race. And Stravinsky's Rite of Spring caused a riot in Paris. And Proust changed our understanding of memory and longing. And Joyce altered what we mean by a sentence. Together with countless others all over the world, they disrupted our understanding of what counted as art and of what counted as reasonable. And 100 years later, you are in Oxford working on nothing less than a revolution in social justice. And your bicycle on a stool is social entrepreneurship. Your acts of disruption may still look a little odd in the world of arbitrage and quarterly earnings and shareholder value. But believe me, they are not odd. The artists already know. They know before we know, and you are the artists of social entrepreneurship. And today, you sing and drum of disruption. Your beat is of people's capacity to invent, of the boundless, limitless, disruptive power of human creativity. That's why you're here, and why what you do is so wondrously important. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 10th Skoll World Forum. Welcome back to those of you who've experienced my favorite happening before. And to those of you for whom this is the first time, welcome home. I hope this week in Oxford will leave you moved by what you see, changed by those around you, inspired by their stories, committed to their purpose. You've joined the most important project in the world. We meet this year under the rubric disruption, that restless search for discontinuities and sustainable innovations that improves our world and makes us wonder how we lived before. Disruption is what happens when one thing renders another obsolete, when an idea or a service or a product ruptures the smooth continuity of previous orthodoxies. And these are critical moments. Growth promises both salvation and doom, and how that paradox resolves is up to us. It is up to you. Our hope, and the forum's promise, is that all the ideas, interventions, projects, partnerships that we celebrate here will tip over into a massive force for positive social change and resolve the paradox in our favor. You are disruptors. You learn the rules in order to break them. You study the surface in order to get underneath it. You bend the established tools to your will. You recognize that partnerships are the world's greatest natural resource. And by meeting here, you're betting that together, your disruptions have the power to move whole systems and institutions. And we live at a time when the cost of innovation has never been lower, when the idea, the tool, the solution, the project can come from anywhere and reach anywhere. And that is astonishingly, awesomely disruptive, and will not leave the world's injustices intact or its surface unruffled. And in the spirit of exactly that disruption, we thought we'd dwell now not on the last 10 years, tempting as that is, but on the next 50. And we asked some of you to speculate, and we think you may be interested in the result.